Welcome to the Pudgy Test Kitchen, where we're testing recipes for our new cookbook, Pudgy Revolution. I'm Liv.
I'm Carrie, and today we're working on a recipe for the Indian delicacy, Samosa Pudgie. We're going to try two different versions of this recipe and see which one tastes better.
So my pudgy is going to be a pudgy of convenience, which can be made just by picking up ingredients from the grocery store and hitting the campground.
My version is going to take a little bit extra prep work, and we're going to see if it's worth it in the long run. So for this more complicated version of the Samosa Pudgie, we are going to be using phyllo dough, which is a pretty tricky medium to be working with, but we're going to give it a try here. I thought it would be a nice flaky crust. So we're going to butter the pie iron first, and we're going to butter very liberally, because with the phyllo dough you want to make sure it doesn't stick or burn. You're going to put a lot of butter into that pie iron and get it nice and coated and ready to go. Okay, so now we've got it nice and buttered, and we are going to take some chunks of phyllo dough that we've cut to about pudgy size, probably 4 or 5 layers. Kind of squish it down into the corners so that the filling can have a chance to get in there. And I have another piece over here on the other side. That looks good. And now what I have here is a filling that I put together with some boiled potatoes and carrots that I chopped up and boiled in a pot, and I threw in some peas and some onions and some spices and mixed it all together into this filling. And you could prep that right at your campsite on a camp stove, or you could prep it before you leave on your trip if you want. But we're just going to scoop that right into the pie iron and fill it up, and looks like we are ready to close it up. Go like so, and so I'm just going to trim off this extra phyllo dough so we get a nice tight seal on that pudgy there, and it looks like we are good to go. So now our pudgy is ready to go on the fire. I'm going to slide it right into this custom pie iron notch here. Not necessary, but a nice feature to have, and we're going to let it cook over the fire for a few minutes.
Okay, so the pudgy I'm making, the Samosa Pudgie I'm making, is it's a little bit more convenient just using grocery store items. So I'm just going to start by buttering my pie iron here pretty liberally. Make it into the corners there. Good, and then do the other one. Butter that up nice and good. And then what I have is some crescent roll dough. Instead of the phyllo dough, we're going to try to experiment with the crescent roll dough. Crescent roll dough is really good for pudgy pies. It's really pretty easy to work with. So I just have some pieces pre-cut. I'm going to put them right here into my pre-buttered pie iron. Alright, and then also convenient, I've got some pre-made mashed potatoes from the grocery store that I just picked up on my way to the campground. Pretty nice layer. The great thing about pudgies is there's no measuring really, it's just kind of like what you think would taste good. And so this is a Samosa Pudgie, so we're going to put in some onions. A few raw onions again. Just pick up an onion, dice it up at your campsite, and you're ready to go. And then some frozen peas. These are thawed. Sprinkle some of those in. I like vegetables, so I'm going to put in a few more peas there. And then the most important ingredient in samosa, I think, is some curry powder. Again, there's no measuring, just kind of what you think would be good. And for good measure, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of room left, so I'm going to put another dollop of the potatoes on top. Seal in all that delicious samosa flavor and fill in the pudgy. Looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm going to close up my pie iron here. Like so, and then just cut around the edges, any extra dough, like so, and then we're ready to put it over the fire. Let's see how she cooks. We're just going to put the pudgy pie here in a nice cozy nook over the fire, just like that, and let the fire make the pudgy pie magic.
So our pudgies have been cooking on the fire and they are ready to go, and it's time for the reveal. Ooh.
Oh, that looks so good.
That looks delicious.
Yum.
So we're gonna try this phyllo crust pudgy first. That is delicious.
Flaky crust.
Oh, that filling is tasty.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, really good.
That's pretty tasty.
Alright, let's try this crescent roll samosa. Yeah, that's really good. I feel like the instant potato is actually really nice, smooth texture to it.
It's a much mushier texture. I feel like this filling is more true to the samosa form
That's
than the
true.
mushy. They're both very, very tasty.
Carrie, which one do you think is the winner?
Well, Leave, I think that I would go with this more complicated filling in the crescent rolled crust.
I totally agree. Yeah, I think the crescent roll crust was the winner, but the filling in the phyllo dough was the winner filling. So now all we need to do is come up with a name. What do you think? Can you think of anything?
I say, gimme samosa.
That sounds like a great name. If you think this pudgy looked good, check out our Kickstarter for our new cookbook called Pudgy Revolution.
Tell your friends.